When being strong and independent goes wrong. Guys, I'm back with another reaction video, and today we're back with another The Poor Man's Podcast video, man. Today, we got a little debate. And you know me, I love debates. You get what I'm saying? So, we got Red Pill versus Emotion. That's what I like to call it. Red Pill versus Emotion. Oh, man. This is going to be a good debate. Before we get straight into the video, man, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And most of all, turn on those post notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video, man. We just hit 400 subscribers. So I really just want to, thank y'all. I really appreciate the support, man. I really do, man. We are growing slowly but surely. And I just want to thank y'all for the support, man. I really do. I really appreciate y'all, man. And I appreciate everyone that watches my videos from beginning to end. I really appreciate y'all, man. My watch time hours are increasing, so I really thank y'all for that, man. I really do. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the video.
10 out of 10.
Women. Really?
Women are more responsible for failed relationships in 2021.
Why do you feel like that?
Because... Okay, I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna start it off with a question. All right, let me go and warm up a little bit. When a man DMs you, what makes you determine whether you respond or you don't respond?
I'll be honest with you, I don't take anyone serious that slides into my DMs. Like, that's not where I'm looking for a relationship from. Like, that's not
interesting.
Like, mindset I have. So if I respond to a DM, it's based on like what you say to me, and it's on a friendly manner. I don't go based on relationships from Instagram.
So you've never built a relationship with somebody through messaging. That could be DM on Instagram. It could be SMM. What is it? MSM on.
A relationship, never.
You've never.
All my relationships, I have met that person like out and about.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is women look for the wrong things in men, and that's what leads them to a lot of the problems that they have in relationships.
Are you sure that's not women looking for the wrong things in men, or men are looking for the wrong things? Because let me ask you this. Let's turn that question around. What made you DM that woman?
What she look like?
Yeah, so like men, y'all base that DM on what she looks like, and y'all have no idea like what she has in her head, what she has going for herself. So you're telling me that women go based on the wrong things, but you're going based on nothing but physical. How is that not the wrong?
Well, men are visual creatures. And I think where women fail, especially in 2021, is women try to be the same as men. I think at first it was about equality. Now women want to be the same as men. But nature has a different role in that.
So men are allowed to be physically attracted to a woman. Women are not allowed to be physically attracted to a man?
You are, but if you go for a man that's physically attractive, then you're looking for the wrong things. Don't you want a protector and a provider?
So you just said it yourself. If you go for him that's physically attractive, you're going after the wrong things. But then you turn around and said the question was, women are the reason why relationships are failing in 2021.
Oh,
you clearly
man.
just told me men are physical. When you go after physical, you're going after the wrong
She's
thing.
missing
so
the
how
point.
are men not the issue?
She's missing the point.
Well, men and women are different. You gotta understand that off the rip. And I know that's controversial. You can't even say that nowadays.
You can't, because how are men and women different? We were both born the same way. We both have the same mind.
Oh my
We both have the
gosh,
same opportunities.
bro.
So how are we different?
You give birth, don't you?
That's the only thing.
That's a pretty big difference when you're talking about dating based on attraction. Especially when women have the pick of the litter. See, men have to deal with what we can get. Women have the pick of the litter, and you get to choose the men that you have.
There are more women on this earth than there are men. So therefore, men have the pick of the litter. You can walk into a room and you can choose.
What are you
10
talking
women.
about?
Women, we have
What
to
is she
settle.
talking about?
We have to.
That's
pick
not
and
what he's
choose
saying.
What we decide we're gonna deal with and what we're not gonna deal with, because there are not enough men out here that are readily available.
So do you think men have more options than women?
Way more.
So if you
What? What delusional world do you live in? Because that is not the case. Men do not have more options than women do when it comes to the dating game. Trust me, most men don't have a lot of options. Do you get what I'm saying? Women have more options than men. Like the Poor Man Podcast clearly just said, men can only get what they can attract. Women They can literally have sex with anybody. And it's the truth. Any IG model you see on Instagram, big boobs, big butt, you get what I'm saying, slim body, she look good, she's pretty. I would bet money that 99% of the men that has seen her Instagram, that follows her, that likes her pics, 99% of those men would smash if they had the opportunity. They would. Now, most of them probably wouldn't take her serious as far as in a relationship goes. But we're not talking about relationship. We're just talking about having sex here. Men don't have it the same way. Men, we have to work to get what we want. While women don't have to do that necessarily. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. And that's what makes us different in a lot of ways. And that's the point that he's trying to make. And that's the point that she's not getting and understanding.
Text every man in your phone right now and you say you want to smash tonight. What's your success rate on that?
100%.
Okay, now ask me the same question.
That's different.
It depends on how you look. That's what I would answer to, and if you ask for my response on that. So what I'm basically trying to say is women have the sexual selection, so you get to choose who you want to be involved with.
Men are easy. That's the only reason why I can say 100%. Like, the thing is, I feel like women are not as easy to get with than as men are. And it is what it is. Like, men can be in an entire relationship, and you can tell them, hey, I want to fuck you tonight. And they will jump on that. And they will forget what they have at home, but I feel like women think a little bit more into that before they make that decision.
Okay, basically what I'm trying to get at is this. If you want a man that can protect and provide for you because that's a male's role, why are you judging who you want to be with based on appearance?
Because you have to be sexually and physically attracted to a person. I feel like why do we have to accept the bare minimum? But for men, we have to come with 100%. We have to check off every box. But as women, we have to be like, you know what? He provides. He's loyal, so therefore he doesn't have to be physically attractive.
What boxes are y'all checking off? Let me know what you.
We check off everything. We are smart. Okay. We provide. We're good wives. We're good mothers. We have.
Now, the Poor Man Podcast, he could have said that in a better way. Now, what I would have said was, obviously, you should go after a man that you're attracted to. Don't just settle. You get what I'm saying? But be realistic with yourself. You have to be realistic with yourself. So, if you're a 7 as a woman, then just know that the only type of dudes you're going to attract are dudes that are, like, also, like, 7s and, like, you get what I'm saying? Of course, you do have dudes out there that are like 9s and 10s that would smash a woman that is like 7 or 6. But they'd probably only do it just because they're horny and they can't control them sexual urges that they have. So they'll just have sex with anything. But the point I'm trying to make is that she just has to live in reality and be realistic. Because the thing is, a lot of women are not realistic with themselves, and they think that they can get any man they want when that's not the case. I think what the Poor Man Podcast should have said was, be realistic with yourself. Obviously, you should go after a dude that you're attracted to, but don't try to go after a dude that you know is out of your league. You know what I'm saying? Don't go after a dude that you know for a fact that is out of your league. Don't do that. That shouldn't be the only thing that you look for in a man. It should be other things, obviously, too. And is he a provider? Does he have ambition? Does he have drive? Does he have goals? Is he masculine? You feel me? It's a lot of other things you gotta look for. You know what I'm saying?
Good. We come from good homes. We can cook. We can clean. We're good in bed. Like, everything that we have to mount up to, we do. And I feel like as women, unfortunately, we have to settle.
I'm going to take it in the order that you said, because when you ask a question off the top, usually people respond with what's off the top.
Okay.
Right? Your first things that you listed had nothing to do with what men want in women.
So what do y'all want?
And that's the problem. We want a feminine woman that wants to be fit, that wants to take care of the small inconveniences in our lives and reciprocate the value. So if I go, the inconveniences in my life. So for me, for example, I go to work every single day. My wife gets to sleep in if she wants to. I have a trip to Florida in 10 days. She's already booked the trip. She's already booked the flight. She's already taken care of Airbnbs. I don't have to worry about that. When I sit down, she brings me a warm plate. That's something that I look for in a woman. I don't care about if a woman can provide. But why would a man care about if a woman can provide?
Do you feel like your household is the typical household that we see now in 2021? Are we now in a atmosphere where it's both women and men bringing things to the table as far as providing for a household? You say your wife gets to sleep in. Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
But that's not typical.
That's because my wife selected me based on my drive and not my appearance. She seen the vision and she seen where I wanted to go and she helped me get to that position.
So when women do that, why do we get called gold diggers? Do you feel like your wife was a gold digger because she looked at your drive, she looked at your ambition, she looked at what you could do for her financially?
My wife was with me since I was 15, so that in particular, I'm going to give you that, because that's not the typical situation. What I'm trying to get at, if a woman is counted a gold digger if the man already is solidified, and that's what women want in 2021, and that's why it don't work out. Y'all try to go for men that are already solidified, that look a certain kind of way, and then when it don't work out, y'all play dumb. Look at Brittany Renner. PJ Washington, she dealing with PJ Washington. Oh, he told me this, he told me that. That don't matter. Did he put a ring on that finger? We judge character based off action. We judge characters.
They were married.
We judge character based on actions.
They were married, so I'm confused.
PJ Washington and Brittany Renner was married?
Yes.
Oh shit, I fucked that up then. But you looking at like situations like Sierra and Future. Look at their situation. You dealing with a man that's been around the block. He got kids. He ain't been taking care of his kids. And now you want to lay up with him. And this ain't even something that's celebrity. Only reason I use celebrities is because we all know them people. Mm-hmm. I can go to the hood right now to show you hella relationships that's messed up because it's a dude that's a crackhead. He got 3 or 4 baby mamas. He ain't doing nothing with his life. But because he look a certain way, all these women want to lay up with him and date him based on potential. But when you talking about potential, are you talking about Will Smith before he became Will Smith?
That is true.
Because that's potential. Are you talking about Barack Obama when Michelle Obama held him down through law school? Because that's potential. Mm-hmm. But are you talking about a dude that's just sexually attractive that ain't doing nothing with his life and you hoping that he get it together one day while he living off of your refund check?
I feel like that's easier said than done. Like you said, you want women to go. You're telling me women should date based off potential, but as soon as we do that, we get called every negative name in the book. If we look at a man and say, hey, he has a good job, he can financially provide for me, he might not be the best looking, but I look good, we automatically get labeled a gold digger.
But how? Who is labeling you as a gold digger for that? How are you getting called a gold digger for that? I'm very curious to know, like, where is she getting that from? You get what I'm saying? Who's calling you a gold digger? Is the social media? Is the social programming that you got? You get what I'm saying? Because I don't know where she keeps saying that. I don't know where she's getting that from. I really don't. You get what I'm saying? And I don't believe that. I don't think that's the case. She's either getting it from somewhere or she's just being delusional at this point. I don't know. It's either one or the other.
But you're telling me that's what we should be going after. But you're also saying that, look at Brittany Renner. She went after a guy that could financially provide for her. He might not have been the best guy, but she was. Would you consider Brittany a gold digger?
I would consider her an opportunist. For sure, and I think that her resume shows that, and I think that that's why she's catching the flack. She's catching the flack because she promoted herself and branded herself as a woman that would go after men for a check.
Why can't we go based off potential and opportunity?
You can go based off of potential and opportunity, but the problem is y'all not going off of potential and opportunity. Y'all going off of men that are already successful. That's the problem.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to look at the age that we're dating at this point. There are people becoming more successful younger and younger. We're not talking about these people that are becoming successful.
But that's not... But that's not the majority, though. The majority of dudes don't become rich at the age of 21, 22. You're just going off by what you see on social media. You feel me? Those people that you see on social media that are successful and rich and are making a lot of money, those people only account for the small percent of the human population. The people that be on social media that are rich and making a lot of money, that are entrepreneurs and stuff, those people are probably only in the top 3-5% of people that are actually making over like 100K and stuff like that over. You get what I'm saying? By being self-employed. But the majority of people are not nowhere near that level. Yes, we live in an age now where there are more ways to make money. You can make money online and stuff like that, etc. Yeah, but the majority of people are not on that type of timing. You're just going on by what you see on Instagram. You get what I'm saying? You gotta stay off of social media and you gotta live in reality, because that's social media. That's not reality. You gotta get off of social media, man.
Successful in their 50s and 60s. People are becoming millionaires in their young 20s.
That's Instagram. That's the difference in perspective.
Exactly,
Men don't reach financial potential, the peak of their financial potential, until about 55 to 65 years old.
That's not always true, though.
It's not always true.
That's not what he's saying. Is she slow? Is she like really slow? He's saying that doesn't account for the majority. The majority of dudes are not out here making that kind of money at that age. Statistically speaking, most men don't reach their financial peak until their late 30s going into 40s. Sometimes not even until their late 40s going into 50s. You get what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is that it takes longer. It's a journey. It takes a long time for most men to reach their financial peak in life. It takes a while. For some men, it may take a little longer. But the majority, it takes a while. You know what I'm saying? So those dudes that you see on Instagram and TikTok that got a lot of money and they're successful entrepreneurs and they're rich and this and that, those dudes only account for the small 5% of men that are in that category. They only account for the 5%. That's a small percent of people. That doesn't account for the majority. So what are you talking about?
But see, now we go into the exceptions.
But you don't know who I date. What if I date the exceptions?
We go into the exceptions.
What if I date the exceptions?
But you don't, because if you was dating the exceptions, you would still be with them.
Who says I'm not with them?
Okay, maybe that's fair. Okay, what I'm basically getting at is women are looking for the wrong... Name me one good king, one good conqueror that had one woman.
LeBron.
You think LeBron got one? I'm an athlete. I'm an ex-professional athlete. Come on, let's keep it a buck. You think LeBron ain't... And I'm not even going... And you can't even count Martin Luther King, because he was sleeping around.
He was.
Right, so what we talking about? Any good man that has already been established... Come on, let's just keep it a buck.
I'm just saying,
it's
like,
a clean image. Didn't we just discuss that if you text everybody in your phone right now, you said 100% success rate would sleep with you? That's not the case for average men. Do you know that 30% of men will be virgins by the age of 30? Will have never touched a woman. That means that women have the selective choice of who they mate with. So you have the responsibility of who you allow in your body. Y'all choosing them based off appearance. That's what I'm trying to get at. And y'all got a layout. All you gotta do as a woman is, okay, so for men, our burden to society, our burden to humanity is to build civilizations. That's our job. Whatever you want, I'm gonna provide. Men, build the microphone, build the camera, build the house. This is all men. This is what we do. We provide. You gonna make the face like we don't do that? This is what we do. We provide for...
Historically, women have started things first a lot of the time, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Where did you get that from? Women started things first. Do you have proof? Do you have historical facts, evidence that prove that? No, you don't, because you're being delusional. You're living in a fantasy world. That is not true, man. Men have always been the founder of civilization. We are the ones that built houses and civilizations. We are the ones that did all the hard work and went out and hunted and fought in wars and stuff. Women didn't do that. You telling me that there are women out here that are actually built civilizations and have done the same thing that men have done? Are you telling me that? Because I would beg to differ. See, but this is the thing. She's being delusional. She doesn't want to admit that she's wrong. It's okay to admit when you're wrong. You don't have to be delusional. It's okay. You get what I'm saying? You don't always have to be right about everything. It's all right.
The reason why I feel like it is men, because I feel like men have too many options.
See, and you saying you feel like, so you're coming from an emotional standpoint. You're not saying I think, you're saying you feel. So that means you're being emotional. That means you're coming from an emotional standpoint. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't. Emotions don't matter over logic. It just doesn't.
I feel like men kind of are at this point, like, they find something good, but they're never satisfied. So whenever they feel like something else comes to them that might be a little bit better, unfortunately, they hop on that and they take that next option.
So when I just said the statistic that 30% of men will be virgins, that didn't do anything. That didn't prove.
Nothing.
That didn't show to you that men don't, by and large, have the majority of the options. Men get with what they can get. Women get to choose who they want when it comes to sexual
Because I feel
opportunity.
like virgins could be not shit too. So no.
So everybody in your
What are you talking about? See, now she's just being plain stupid. Now she's just saying stupid stuff. Like, she's not even making sense now. What do you mean virgins can be ain't shit too? What does that even mean?
that you get to choose from, those are all men that are in your plethora of people you can be involved with. Now it's up for you to decide whether those men are good candidates for you to be involved with. Now that's your responsibility as a woman. Like I said, a man's responsibility is to build civilizations and societies. A woman's responsibility is to bring forth the next generation of society builders. That's your job.
No. I feel like I have to disagree. I feel like women build families, women build households, women build homes. So I'm gonna have to disagree with you there.
How can you say that women build these things and you say that men are responsible for the failings of relationships, but the things that you listed that women are bringing to the table in relationships aren't things that men want in relationships?
Maybe not what you want, but I feel like that's what the typical man wants.
If I can provide for my family and my kids and I make enough money to do that by myself, why do I care about how much money you bring to the table when you want me to pay all the bills anyway? So when I ask you what you bring to the
men are
table,
paying all the bills nowadays.
when I ask you
men are asking women to split checks. Women go to dinner and men are asking to go Dutch.
That's because you asked for equality.
Men are not paying bills.
If you ask for equality, we give you what you want. You ask for society, we give you what you want.
Because you're broke and because we can provide better.
Oh, is that what it is? Because last time I checked, women don't make as much as men.
She keeps saying, that's how I feel, that's how I feel, that's how I feel. Because you're going off by emotion. The reason why you keep saying, that's how I feel, is because you're being emotional. You're not coming from logic. You're coming from emotion. Why am I even explaining this? Like, this is... Y'all already know. Y'all already know what type of timing this is. I don't even need to explain.
Last time I checked, there's a lot of women that think they boss babes and boss B words walking around here that's solo and angry and sad.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that. So you're telling me just because she's a boss, she has to be solo, she has to be bitter, she has to be by herself? I have to disagree because I feel like whenever men want to be a boss, whenever men want to be this like mogul, women praise them. But whenever it comes to black men and whenever it comes to black independent women, y'all automatically consider us bitter because we're successful, and that's not fair.
What we don't have anymore is family, right? And that's because the women, what we want from women, they're not providing to us. We don't have any stability in our household. When you look at the Martin Luther King movement, when you look at the Malcolm X movement, when you look at Black Wall Street, all of that was built by black families, not by black women being independent women, looking for the highest guy on the totem pole that they can get. Because you understand that when men have opportunity, like you said, they largely do not settle down with one woman. So why are women looking for men that are the most handsome and tallest guy that got all the money, when that's not the guy that's statistically speaking going to stick with you, and you know that because you just said it?
So, to go back to your point, the reason why we don't have families is because black men are not present. Let's take a plethora of examples.
See, she was
Tristan
gonna
Thompson.
bring it back to the man.
Tristan has a third baby mama, okay? And he was willingly sleeping with this woman unprotected, nutting in her, okay?
Right.
He knew what the outcome could be.
Right.
Right.
But as soon as she got pregnant, he said, well, I'm not going to be present. So why are you even having the baby? So why are you having unprotected sex with a woman when you don't even plan on being present for a possible baby that could happen?
Okay, listen to this,
Take Future.
Hit me up. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Talk
Take
Future.
Future.
Talk Future.
10, he's like, what, 10 children?
10 of them.
10.
God.
NBA young boy.
What? 10 of them. All of them girls. So you have one sexually irresponsible man but you have 7 sexually irresponsible women. Or in Future's case, you said 10, 9 sexually irresponsible women. Because why would you
blaming the woman?
Listen to this.
Yes, because they have to take responsibility as well. They chose to open their legs for him. So therefore, they have to take responsibility as well. It's not always just the man's fault. Dummy. It's not always just the man's fault. Stop trying to play the victim card and make it seem like the women's are the ones that are the victim in this situation, when most of the time they put themselves in these situations. You get what I'm saying? A woman that moves smart and moves in a correct way, she knows that sleeping with a rapper is not going to end well. She's going to look at someone like NBA Youngboy and be like, I can't mess with a dude like that. I don't care how much money he makes. That's not a dude for me. You get what I'm saying? That's not a dude for me, man. He has 3 baby mamas. I can't mess with a dude like that. You get what I'm saying? You literally have women out here that will sleep with Youngboy because he has a lot of money, because he's rich, he's famous, he has a lot of clout, etc., right? And then they'll have sex with him raw. You get what I'm saying? And he'll nut inside of them, and then they'll get pregnant. And then he'll treat them like how he treats all his other joints. And they act surprised as to why he's doing that. Well, you knew what you was getting yourself into. Don't act like you didn't know what you was getting yourself into. You knew you... Come on. What made you think it was a good idea to sleep with a rapper? What made you think that was a good idea? I'm just saying, bro, like, you get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. As a woman, when you put yourself in that situation, you got to be willing to deal with the consequences. Therefore, you have to be willing to take responsibility and take accountability for putting yourself in that situation. And stop just always blaming the man for you being a single mom. It's also your fault that the reason why you're a single mom. It's not just only the man's fault. It's your fault too, because you're the one that decided to open your legs up for that dude. You're the one that decided to have raw sex with him and let him nut inside of you.
Why are you laying down with the man that you know that does not take care of his children? You're going after status symbols. You're going after men that you find that are successful, that already have the clout. You know that they're not going to stick to you. You already said that. And then when you get left in the dust, you cry on social media like you didn't know it was going to happen. You knew what you came for.
Y'all know how men are. Men can go into a relationship. They might have a bad history. They might have a bad rap. But when you go into the relationship, they might be telling you sweet nothings. Okay? Next thing you know, you think you're different. Okay? So you think you're different, and you feel like the story might play out differently for you. So how are you going to blame the woman when it's the man that has the children? This woman is coming in
when it's the man that has the children.
No history. The man has all the history, and you're telling me you want to blame the woman?
I blame the woman because she's dealing with a man she knows number one, because she's dealing with a man that she knows is inconsistent. Number two, because she has birth control. She has Plan Bs. She has...
And men can't.
Hold on. No, I got you. Okay, I got you.
Men can't just be responsible.
I got you. She has birth control, Plan Bs. She has condoms. Worst case scenario, she has reproductive rights. When a man sleeps with a woman and that child or that what it is, I ain't trying to for the algorithm. When it goes inside of her, that's up to her. He is 100% responsible. The government will even hold him responsible. A woman can put a child up for adoption and have no connection to that child whatsoever. Men have less reproductive rights than women. Now, we can talk about condoms, but if we just keeping it above, these women decided to lay down with men that they knew were inconsistent, and that's their problem, and that's the problem at large. A lot of women are deciding to sleep with men that they know are inconsistent, and they don't care.
So you said that women have condoms. So why is it whenever a man tries to go in raw, you tell him no, you're like, where's the condom at? I don't have condoms.
Bro.
But if the woman was to pull a condom out, would you not feel like, why she have condoms?
No, I feel like, okay, she being responsible at least. Because what are we doing? If I'm not willing to have a child, and I understand me as a man, me being a responsible man, this is what you should be looking for. If you're looking for a man that's going to question you on that, you shouldn't even be in that situation no way.
But why are you trying to go in raw in the first place?
But why are you dealing with a man that you don't know in the first place?
How do you say I don't know him? Just because, what? How?
When you lay down with a man and you ain't even talked about sex before you having sex, what are you doing having sex?
Why do you have to talk about sex before you have sex? Why can't it just be spontaneous?
Because if you can't have a conversation about something that you're uncomfortable with, why are you doing it?
I'm saying that you're uncomfortable.
If you're doing something that could dictate the entire direction of your life, and you think that you should be as irresponsible as to not even have a conversation as to whether you should use protection before you do it, as a woman.
So you're telling me you never had sex unprotected?
I'm telling you, I got a wife, so I do it how I shoot the club up, baby. That's me. We hit on some good points when it comes to the whole dynamic. But the truth of the matter is, and I think we agree now, you can jump around the loop and jump around the holes and circles. You agree with me that men have fewer options?
No.
You don't think that men have fewer options than women?
She's really delusional. Like,
we've never agreed.
You agree with me that men who have a lot of options don't commit to women, generally speaking?
Yes.
Okay. So when you see the situations with Future and all the people you brought up, they're dealing with men that have a lot of options, but they decide to be sexually irresponsible. So when you're dealing with a group of women that worship the men that are part of the problem in a culture, hood dudes,
there is
thugs, entertainers.
That's very true.
Yeah, no, and it largely goes for thugs and entertainers. Yeah. Nobody wasn't checking for Will Smith before he was Will Smith. Nobody was checking for Jordan Peele before he was Jordan Peele. Okay. These dudes are lames. These dudes are weirdos until they get successful, right? But a guy like Future can have 8 baby mothers and still get 7 women pregnant, or 10 baby mothers, like you said. And after the first one, 9 women will still lay down with him knowing that he is not sexually responsible. That means that there are 9 sexually irresponsible women, 1 sexually irresponsible man. That is the problem. And everybody will point out the man and saying that he is a part of that problem, which he is. But that's only 1 man and 9 women. So why are we not talking about the 9 women that are also a part of that problem?
He's a repeat offender, okay? He's a repetitive offender. So therefore, I feel like he is more irresponsible than these 9 women that you are claiming to be irresponsible.
Oh man.
My point is to answer.
There's no it's no way into getting to her, bro. It's no way. She's so deluded into her mind. It's no getting through to her. She's not gonna get it. She cannot take accountability. She doesn't even know what taking accountability is. She's probably one of those people that just thinks she's always right about anything, and she just can't never be wrong about something. You can't tell her about anything. She the type that's just being like, nope, I'm right. I don't care. I don't care what he's saying. I'm right. People like that, bro, you really gotta just like, it's not even worth having a discussion with them because they're so delusional that it's just, you're not gonna get through to them. It's just not gonna work. You feel me? So I don't even argue with people like this. You know what I'm saying? You could tell she's very closed-minded. She doesn't have an open mind. You get what I'm saying? So this is an unfortunate discussion. Because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, she really just doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, you get what I'm saying? And she's really just going off by emotion. She's not going off by logic. She's being emotional.
I feel like men are the more responsible party for failed relationships in 2021 due to the fact that they're never satisfied. They have too many options. I feel like men do the absolute bare minimum, if that, at this point. So I feel like women, they continue to try and try.
Yo, that just gave me an idea. I think on Instagram, I'm actually going to post a poll on my Instagram because I have a lot of women that follow me on the gram, and I just want to ask them a serious question, like, who has more options in the dating world, men or women? And I really want to see how many people say men or women. Like, I really just want to see, bro. Like, I really want to see the mentality of this society. Like, I really want to see what she's saying is actually true. I know for a fact that what she's saying is bullshit. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, I know what she's saying is bullshit. But I just want to see the mentality of people that follow me on my Instagram. I want to see if they feel the same way. You get what I'm saying? And if they do feel the same way, then that's just going to be very interesting to me. That's all. It's just going to be very interesting to me.
And try, but it's like men just don't step up to the plate anymore. They just don't. They don't provide. They're not what they're cut out to be.
That's actually something I agree with her on. I'm not even gonna lie. That is actually something I agree with her on. Because there are a lot of men today who don't step up to the plate, that aren't providers. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what it's like to be a man and this and that. There are men out here like that. So that is actually one thing that I do agree with her on.
And If you know anything about finances, you know that a man can have a house with $50K. You know that. But see, women don't even have a concept of the money. Not the house you want.
Not the house I want.
Not the house you want. That's hypergamy. That's you wanting more. And
That's
then when
not
you
hypergamy.
but listen,
If I
It
say
is.
for the
hear me out though, hear me out.
It is.
Let me go finish.
50K.
If you have hypergamy and you want a man that makes more than that, now you get into that group of men that are part of the 10% group. Those men have a lot of options, and we agree that when men have a lot of options, they don't settle down. Women want these men that make 100K, thinking that it's just sweet and it's normal. Most men, the average wage for a man is 50K. So if you want a man, you gotta be okay with 50K. That's where you at. Once you start to become hypergamous, you're gonna start to deal with relationship issues. And like you just said, you don't think that he's gonna be.
You saying it's not fair, but life is not fair. You get what I'm saying? It's just the moral of the story, man. You keep saying that's not fair, man. Not everything is about you. Not everything. The whole world doesn't revolve around you. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't revolve around anybody. But the point is, and I'm gonna just end it off right here because this is basically the end. She's just going on and off. She's pissing me off. But this is what I'm gonna say, right? You gotta live in reality and you gotta have realistic expectations. That's really what it boils down to. Poor Man Podcast, he explained it perfectly. You get what I'm saying? She's so delusional that she's not even taking in or consuming anything that he's telling her. And she just doesn't want to listen. So with people like that just don't want to listen and they want to be delusional, you just let them find out the hard way. She'll find out the hard way. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. She'll just find out the hard way. You feel me? It is what it is, man. But yeah, man, this is a long video, guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. You get what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. You get what I'm saying? Another delusional woman. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'll see y'all on the next reaction. And I'm out.